Hey there, welcome back to the channel. Have you ever looked at a sketch and felt like it was missing that extra spark? Like it was technically good, but it didn't really capture the vibe you were going for? Well, you're not alone. I've been there many times. In this time-lapse video, I like to share some of my favorite techniques for bringing personality and expression into your sketches to make them feel more alive and unique. Adding personality is what makes your art memorable, and it helps connect emotionally with your viewers. First things first, let's talk about what we mean by adding personality in sketches. When we talk about a drawing having personality, we're really referring to those little details and stylistic choices that convey character, mood, and emotion. It will make the sketch feel expressive, and it gives a certain attitude or flair. It's the difference between a sketch that just represents something and one that tells a story. Adding personality to your sketches can be achieved in various ways, such as exaggerated features, dynamic posing, or unique line work. These techniques not only make your sketches stand out, but it also adds depth and meaning to your artwork. When you talk about adding personality to your drawings, you have to talk about exaggeration. This is probably one of the easiest ways to add personality to your sketches. Exaggeration means emphasizing certain features, poses, or expressions to communicate a stronger sense of character. For example, making a character's eyes much larger can make them look more expressive and curious or surprised. Or drawing them in a very exaggerated pose can give a sense of movement or drama. As you can see in my drawings, I'm taking a basic pose and just trying to push it a little further. Notice how maybe I'll stretch the arms or arch the back more than they would naturally look like in real life. This gives the sketch more dynamic and a more lively look. You can exaggerate facial features. Maybe the mouth is open wider for a big laugh, or the eyes are squinted for a more mischievous grin. It's all about knowing what message you want to convey and then pushing the limits a little bit. Just remember, with exaggeration, you don't need to go overboard. You can start small and just keep adding more until you find something that feels right. Next up, let's talk about body language and gestures. Body language can say so much about a character's personality, mood, or even background. Is your character slouching in a relaxed way or standing tall with confidence? These details add depth to your sketches. As I'm drawing, I'm refining the pose of a character. Sometimes my pose can be a bit stiff, but by angling the shoulders or maybe trying shifting the weight, a pose can become much more relaxed and natural. Gestures can also communicate action, like the way someone waves or holds an object. These subtle gestures can tell you if a character is happy, nervous, or even aggressive without needing any dialogue. A great tip is to absorb real-life gestures or use reference photos for inspiration. Notice how people hold themselves or how different emotions show up in their posture. You'll find these observations translate well into your sketching. Facial expressions are one of the most powerful ways to add personality to your sketches. A simple change in the eyes, the eyebrows, or mouth can completely change the mood of your character. Think about a wide-eyed smile versus a raised eyebrow smirk. Each one is a smile, but each one tells a different story. In this session, I'm sketching different expressions on different faces to demonstrate how much of an impact facial features can have. Notice how a slight tilt of the eyebrows or a tweak in the mouth shape makes the character seem friendlier, angrier, or more mischievous. If you struggle with expressions, try practicing different emotions in front of the mirror. I know it sounds kind of goofy, but it really helps you understand how your facial muscles move. Then, when you go back to sketching, it's easier to exaggerate or simplify those expressions. Let's not forget about line quality and style. The way you handle your line work can add so much character to your sketches. Think of it like handwriting. Everyone has a unique way of drawing lines, and it says something about your art style. Kind of similar to how everyone writes differently, and it indicates something about. Thicker, bolder lines can give a more energetic and bold look, while thinner, delicate lines can make a sketch feel light and whimsical. You can see how I'm using line thickness around the character's face to emphasize certain features. Notice how adding a thicker outline around the eyes helps draw attention there, or how using lighter lines for the hair can give it a softer, feathery look. You can also experiment with broken lines to suggest texture or movement without drawing every single detail. So, if you want your sketches to have personality, don't be afraid to mix it up or experiment with your line work. Try using different tools or brushes to see what works best for your style that you're aiming for. Now, adding unique details can also bring a sense of personality to your sketches. These can be accessories, clothing, or small background elements that say something about the character. Even something as simple as a bandana or a coffee cup can hint at who they are or what's important to them in the moment. During my sketch sessions, I tend to stay away from adding too much detail, as I like to keep these sessions loose. However, they can really help with adding some dimensions or accentuating emotions or the energy you're trying to communicate. These little details help to give the character a sense of story. Maybe they're into punk music or they travel a lot. These kind of touches that really give your sketches some life and make them feel personal and unique. Just don't add too many details for just the sake of adding them. Try to make them relevant to the character or setting. And again, this is a sketch session, so don't go overboard. Maybe do a couple of indications of some details in their design or props that they're using. All right, so to recap, adding personality to your sketches is all about exaggerating certain features, using body language and facial expressions effectively, varying your line quality, and incorporating details that tell a story. Remember, there's no right or wrong way to add personality to your sketches. It's all about experimenting and finding what works best for you. I hope you find these tips helpful, and I encourage you to give them a try in your next sketching session. Don't be afraid to push your limits and add that extra little bit of flair to make your art truly your own. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you want to see more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any comments or your own tips and tricks on how you handle adding personality or emotion in your sketching sessions, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Until next time, keep drawing.